The Norwegian Vikings came from all parts of Norway, but it was from the coastal districts in the west that the greatest number set out. Here there were many who sought to escape from cramped conditions at home into the boundless expanses of a new and unknown world. Expeditions such as the Vikings mounted would not have been possible but for the material well-being and adventurous spirit of the community in which they lived. There had to be powerful men with the money to build ships, and a Viking spirit, bold, delighting in deeds of daring, and filled with a desire to win fame in battle.
The warriors hoisted high the woven sails. There was a song of oars and the clanging of iron.
The Viking expeditions were not the products of poverty, undertaken by wild barbarians from inhospitable shores. The country they came from was both large and rich, full of fjords and mountains and fertile farmlands. The many burial mounds from the Viking age show us that the people who lived there, before the advent of Christianity, also believed in an afterlife. The mounds at Børre, at the entrance to the Oslo fjord, are perhaps the most well known. This was the burial ground of the kings of Vestfold, the forefathers of the Viking warrior Olaf Tryggvason, and the first king of all Norway, Harald Finehair. But the Viking expeditions began about 100 years before the country was united under one ruler. Petty kings and local chieftains held sway, and there was much fighting between them. The shipbuilders and weapon makers along Norway's coastline were busy. The Vikings struck in England, Scotland, the Isle of Man, Wales and France. They came in the spring and summer and attacked monasteries and churches along the coasts and rivers. Their raids were sudden and spontaneous. Lindisfarne, Iona, Peel, Aquitaine. But hardest hit of all was Ireland, the Emerald Isle with its famous monastic schools. This is Glendalough, south of Dublin, with its round tower and church, and ruins from the golden age of Celtic Christianity. Here the Irish monk lived a life of severe asceticism, longing to dwell in seclusion in the midst of a noble forest. 12 others would be with him. There they would pray to him who makes the sun shine. There would be a beloved church too, and a pure spring to wash away all sin.
Deliver us, O Lord, from the fury of the Norsemen who destroy our lands.
In the year 836, the chieftain Thorgils, a relation of one of the Norwegian kings, arrived with 120 ships, an organized invasion that led to the establishment of a Norwegian kingdom in Dublin. The Vikings had much better weapons than the Irish. Powerful two-edged swords with broad blades and straight hilts. Their full equipment, apart from shield, corselet and helmet, consisted of sword, axe, spear and bow and arrow. Norwegian swords found in Dublin, where Vikings were buried with their weapons, just as they were in Norway.